Loot from 10,000 series. Next video is gonna be 10,000 crystal shapeshifters. Let's take a look. Best place to kill them is in player-owned dungeon. Tarddiad is a good place to kill them too. Crystal shapeshifters here have 30,000 HP, so you're gonna kill them at decent speed here. Level 80 Slayer is required to kill them. Level 99 if you want them in your own Slayer dungeon. Recommended at least tier 90 weapon, so you're gonna kill them faster. All combat styles are used to kill them, as newly released skill necromancy is very good for training here. That's what I use here for all 10,000 kills. Drops from crystal shapeshifters are warriors. 100% draw being Tarddiad crystal. Best price draw being Elder Seed. Other drops are coins, herbs, rune salvages, warriors herbs, potato cactus. All of the rest drops are worth picking up too. Crystal shapeshifters fight similarly to revenants. They can use all three forms of combat and react accordingly to the player's armor and protection prayers or curses, along with the added threat of being capable of using abilities of their corresponding combat style. Shapeshifter starts out in one of its three random forms. It will quickly adjust to whenever the player is weakest against. To deal with this mechanic, we're gonna simply wear the gear that's weakest to melee style. So all of them gonna be melee form. Necromancy armor is perfect using necromancy style. As for using melee, you will need to wear range armor instead. Engulf can be spoken with to make shapeshifters unaggressive if desired, but instead we're gonna leave them always aggressive, so having them in your own player dungeon, you won't need to use aggression potions, saving a decent amount of money, as they are not cheap to use. And talking about armor, crystal or attuned crystal armor is must have here. Both sets has their passives. Normal crystal armor costs less Tarddiad crystals, but offers less defensive stats and some of the bonuses for each piece. Increasing Ancient Elven Wedding Ring chances to drop. Wearing at least 2 will increase your damage by 5%. For each piece worn, excluding the first one, will increase Tarddiad crystal drops by 1 for each piece. Wearing crystal armor pieces will have a chance of activating Tarddiad Fury, which hits all surrounding opponents with damage using agility as multiplier plus your base ability damage. And one of the best one by wearing 4 pieces. Tarddiad Fury will remove bleeds and stuns when it's activated. As for attuned crystal armor, all effects are basically the same, but instead of bonus 5% damage, you have 10%. More Tarddiad crystal drops, higher chance to activate Tarddiad Fury, and because it's higher level armor, also providing better defense against crystal shapeshifters. As for the rest of the gear, superior Leviathan ring is highly recommended, as it has a chance to block incoming attacks by 50%. Essence of Finality or Soul's Amulet is highly recommended too. Other than that, you should be fine by wearing the gear you have for the remaining slots. So the process is very simple. Grab your preferred combat gear and start killing crystal shapeshifters. They have fast respawn time. Tarddiad is a decent place to kill them too, but for easier and more AFK plays we're gonna choose player-owned dungeon. Up to 5 spawns are available there, making way more kills per hour than killing them in their original place they reside. Must-have items are Soul Split, Penance Aura or Powder of Penance, any type of Overload Potion, High Alchemy Runes or Spring Cleaner, and earlier mentioned Crystal Armor. Having all mentioned items would make your time killing them easier in AFK. For HP, Soul Split is more than enough to sustain it. Sometimes you can get damage to very low HP, so additionally, having Excalibur or using Necromancy Ghost to heal you is a very good thing to use. For prayer, having Penance Aura or Powder of Penance is needed if you want to upkeep Soul Split and combat boosting prayer. Aggro overloads are not required, as they are always aggressive on you. Just use your preferred overload mix is required for better hit chance and higher defense. For rune salvage drops, Alchemy Runes or Spring Cleaner for turning those precious metals into pure cash, and don't forget your crystal armor, preferably a tuned version for higher defense and better bonuses. So grab your combat gear, fill your inventory with mentioned items and start killing crystal shapeshifters and see how good it is. I shall do the same. And just like that, only a couple kills left to do and I'm gonna be done with 10,000 crystal shapeshifter skills. And we can finally see what loot I got in total. I wonder how much money I'm gonna make from these monsters, as it took me only 25 hours to do, so it's gonna be easy to calculate profits after selling everything. So the real question in here is how much money did I made while I was killing them? It's time to go to the bank and check it out. So, in total I got a lot of random loot, herbs, pure cash, salvages, Tarddiad crystals, so total worth of it before turning in the crystals is 133 million GP. Oh damn, that's not so bad. But I still need to turn Tarddiad crystals into either gloves or boots, and then we can make a final price check. So, finally, after buying all the armor pieces, total loot from crystal shapeshifters before selling is whopping 277 million GP. This looks way better. So the biggest profit comes from crystal gloves and boots. Others adds up too. So after selling everything and after all expenses are covered, total profit from 10,000 crystal shapeshifters is around 257 million GP. It took me around 25 hours to do, so I would say it's around 9 million GP per hour and around 600k combat and 200k HP experience per hour. Doing the montage here, profit should jump to 10 million GP an hour, adding 500,000 Slayer experience too. So, overall, it's very nice money making and experience training method for sure. I highly recommend doing this once in a while and you're gonna be rich in no time. And if you are getting different results than me, feel free to comment below and we're gonna try to find out why. So thank you guys for watching, I'll see you next time, bye.